before the board secretary gets here. So we're just waiting on the board secretary, and then we'll get started. Thank you so much for coming this evening. I'd like to call this session of the Peoria Public Schools Board of Education meeting to order. Madam Secretary, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Costick. Mr. Kloss.
Here.
Mrs. McConnell. Here. Dr. Ranking.
Here.
Mrs. Ross. Mr. Wilson.
Here.
President Murphy.
Here.
We have 7 present.
Thank you. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get started with our announcements tonight, I'd like to call attention to our bulletin boards on either side. To my left is the Elise Ford Allen Academy with a bright, shining sun and rainbow that's beautiful and flowers. Makes us think of spring. And over here we have Rolling Acres Middle School with lots of pictures and a call out to the 7 Mindsets, which we started this year. Thank you so much to both of those schools. Board Member Wilson, do you have announcements?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. The 3rd annual WCTC Senior Signing Day will be held on Wednesday, May 8th at Woodruff at 10 o'clock a.m. Seniors who have successfully completed their trades, internship, and received letters of commitment for job offers will be featured. This celebration honors students, their parents, and the area businesses that have invested in our students. And I guess I can read Chase's as well. We welcome all pre-K through 8th grade students to sign up for the summer break learning session. This is an optional enrichment opportunity from June 3rd to June 21st at Glen Oak Community Learning Center. Registration must be submitted by April 19th. To register, please go to www.psd150.org/summer.
Good evening, everyone. Peoria High Studio Ribbon Cutting. Peoria Public Schools, we are proud to announce the official opening of the state-of-the-art music lab that is housed at Peoria High School. It's a beautiful place. I see so much bright future there with journalism, radio, communications, just a outstanding project. And we want to send special thank you to our state representative, Jahan Gordon Booth, who was very instrumental in securing the funding grant in 2022.
Board Member Kostick.
Good evening. Kindergarten Roundup. Annual Kindergarten Roundup will be on Saturday, April the 27th at the Peoria Zoo from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Thank you.
Parent University Summer Block Party. Join us for the Parent University Summer Mindset Block Party on April 30th, 2024 at 5 p.m. at the Von Steuben Field behind this administration building. There would be bouncy houses, food trucks, water dunking, and more, while parents learn about different school programs and resources. Hopefully the weather will change and we won't have snow for the water dunking.
Students will be taking the SAT next Thursday, April 18th. Taking the SAT is a graduation requirement, so seniors who have not done so must test at their home school next Thursday. High school graduation for the class of 2024 is right around the corner. Jameson's graduation ceremony will be Thursday, May 16th at 6 p.m. at Jameson School. All other high school graduations will take place May 18th. Peoria High School and Richwood's graduation will be held at the stadium, and Manuel's ceremony will be held at their high school.
Thank you. Warrior Way Cafe. The 9th and final Warrior Way Cafe for the 2023-2024 school year will be this Thursday, April 11th. Please send in your reservations by Wednesday at noon to Warrior Way Cafe at psd150.org. And the solar eclipse. Thank you to the Peoria Riverfront Museum for donating 11,000 glasses so that all PPS students could safely view the solar eclipse this afternoon. And it was amazing. Yes, thank you so much for that. We are going to move into the Remarkable Spirit Award. I'm going to invite up Fabian Daniels, principal of Annie Jo Gordon Community Learning Center.
Good evening, everyone. I am the proud principal of Annie Jo Gordon Community Learning Center, the pride of the South Side, where today I have the honor of recognizing two of our paraprofessionals. It's amazing that today I'm recognizing them on the day of the solar eclipse. Just like the solar eclipse, these two ladies are simply amazing. Today, I would like for Ms. Lyons and Ms. Thomas to come up with me. Because I see a lot of people in the audience, that's mean that we have a lot of students and staff to be recognized. But I would like to just keep it short and sweet for these two ladies. They are simply amazing because just like the sunshine, they bring out the brightness amongst our school. Mrs. Lyons picks up students, drops students off, knock on doors. And when students are having a rough day, she knows how to bring out the best in them. Ms. Thomas is one of the family members. Not only does she have family members that attend our school, she also tried to leave at one time from the school family and go somewhere else. But her heart brought her back home where she can pour into our students to brighten their future. They're not only paraprofessionals, they're a part of our staff family. They enrich our students each and every day, socially, emotionally, and making sure they understand what it means to be respectful, responsible, and ready to learn. Because of these two ladies, the work that I have to do every day at AJG is not that heavy. They're here to help out and make sure not only our students, but our families know that their students are receiving the best education from the best educators and paraprofessionals. So please join me in recognizing and honoring Mrs. Lyons and Mrs. Thomas.
Thank you so much. So we are going to get a picture. Hold on, Fabian. I'm going to take them outside. Oh, you're going to take them outside. Okay, perfect. But before you all leave, the board would just like to thank you. Teacher aides are so integral to the workings of every single school building. So thank you so much for all the work that you do. Thank you. Next up, we have awards and recognitions. First up, I'm going to invite William Smith, the RHS boys basketball coach, and the principal.
You guys don't mind if I say a few words about this fine gentleman, do you?
No, go for it.
Actually, all of these fine gentlemen. So this year at the Castle was a true pleasure to watch these guys every day take the court. We always talk about fierce at Richwoods High School, and they overcame a ton of adversity through the year. Not to mention, on the road to the state finals, they beat the number 1 team in state, the number 2 team in state, the number 5 team in state, the number 9 team in state, and the number 10 team in state. So the only team that was able to get the better of us, and that was only for one game. I bet if we played them again, we'd beat them, was the team that won state and also won state last year. So these guys behind me did everything right. Everything they did was with intensity, professionalism. It was just an honor, a joy, and a privilege to watch them on the court each and every night. And when we sent them off, I thanked each and every one of them for what the ride that they took us on and the energy that they brought to Richwoods High School and the Castle. So, gentlemen, thank you again. And Coach, come up here and say a few words.
I'll keep mine short. First, I definitely want to thank the board for having us here 2 years in a row. It was a fun, exciting season. Can't say enough about the guys behind me coming in to work every day. We've been in the gym since April. Some of them at 6 a.m., but we've been in there since April. And they put the work in. They put the hard work in. Great character guys, high character guys, all graduating, all going to college next year. Just a great group. Can't say enough about that. We didn't have grade issues, no discipline issues, just a great group of guys, and took us on a great ride. Hope we showed the city what we can do, and we definitely put on for the city this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Again, congratulations. That's amazing that you all are academically excelling, but also excelling in sports. And I have a freshman at Richwoods this year, and he just looks up to you all so much. Y'all are like celebrities in the halls of Richwoods. I've even seen some TikToks of you all as the basketball team. So congratulations. You all did an amazing job and represented the city really well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The other board members like to say anything to the Richwoods basketball team?
Excellent.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, and before you leave, sorry, are there any parents here of the basketball team members? And if parents, caregivers, people, family members, if there are there any? Y'all are old enough to drive yourselves, I see. Okay. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Coach Guyton, the Director of Athletics. I don't see, oh, he's coming, okay.
All right. Excuse me, I lost my voice this past weekend, so bear with me. First, we're going to talk. It feel like many moons ago, we're going to have the girls celebrate our girls' basketball program and also our boys' basketball program. Our girls' basketball program took place back in October, so bear with me as I go through that memory. First thing I'd like to do, though, I just want to thank the people that helped make the season a success. We had a lot of fun last season. Made some nice adjustments to make the games flow. I want to first thank Mr. Johnson, who's not here, for his commitment for helping develop athletics. And also to our officials assigner, Mr. Darrell Jackson. It's very difficult to get officials nowadays. So he's worked very hard to not only get officials, but make sure there's equality in officials and equity in it as well. So thank you to Mr. Jackson, our official assigner. Captain Gold, Chief Boone, and the school safety members. I want you to give them a round of applause right now. I don't think what the challenge is. Athletics, and especially basketball in particular, has really changed from a spectator's perspective. And they had to really step up and adopt some new practices in order to make sure our games are fun, not only fun, enjoyable, but safe for our student athletes who are playing. And throughout the year, they've shown the ability to be versatile and change things and make sure that the main thing becomes the main thing. So thank you to your staff, Chief Boone, for the hard work, man. It's tough. And my athletic parents, you know what it's all about out there. So thank you for your effort. Let's get down to business for our JV girls basketball season. Do we have some of the rolling ankles? Raise your hand if you're here. Okay, there we go. On December 14th at Woodruff, our junior varsity girls basketball city championship was held. 6 teams qualified for the tournament, but only one could be champion. The Rolling Acres Lady Cougars defeated the Elise Fort Allen Academy 38-21 in our championship game. Jayana Williams scored 13 points, and Jakira Rutherford added 8 points to lead the way for the Lady Cougars. The Lady Cougars finished the season unblemished with a 16-0 record. The Lady Cougars were also crowned American League champions, finishing with a 10-0 record. And before we announce that, let's have a round of applause for their perfect season. And this administration, Mr. Michael Barber, head coach Marnie Rohrer, And for the players, Fathia Adams, Zay Blackwell, Lauren Tolles, Jade Clark, Mackenzie Graves, Jakira Rutherford, Lyric Hammer, Khalees Griffin, Kalisa Landrum, Jayana Williams. I didn't get the first name, but last name Haley. It was in the book wrong. Kiera Haley and Tony Johnson. This is your 16-0 Rolling Acres Lady Cougars. And before we take the picture of them, can a parent stand up if their parents are here? Give you a round of applause as well for the great job that you've done.
This year we had a great season. We only had 3 6th graders on the team, so we were heavy with 5th graders on our team. And I told the girls for the season, you know, we got into the season, I said, you know what, we could be city champs this year. And they bought into that. They worked hard, got their grades straight, so good academically, good behavior in school. You know, we hold each other accountable. I hold them accountable as an adult. They're just a great group of girls. And to the parents, thank you so much for allowing me to coach your daughters. They're terrific young ladies, and I appreciate your support and dedication. Also to Mr. Barber, he's just one of the greatest. He's just one of the greatest, very supportive of what I try to do at Rolling Acres, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Congratulations, and congratulations to all the girls and your hard work. Excellent. Smile big for the camera.
And Coach, you sound like Coach Dawn Staley. That's what she said. Her freshman pulled her through for South Carolina, right? Congrats.
Where's Jayana? Ladies and gentlemen, this one, she's next. She can ball, so she can come out and watch her play if you get an opportunity.
Her mom doesn't take her to Atlanta.
Oh, don't do it, Mom, don't do it. Sorry about that. Well, if she stays, she can ball, so go check her out.
I'll have to come and check her out, Coach.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Up next, we have our varsity girls basketball city champion, Reservoir Get the Lady Wildcats. I know her coach told me a lot of her players weren't here, but look, I see some of them though. Same thing, December 14th, our varsity girls basketball city championship was held. The Reservoir Get the Lady Wildcats defeated Harold B. Dawson 51-27 in the championship game. Alea Nelton led the way for the Lady Wildcats with 21 points, and Adriana Reynolds chipped in with 15. The Lady Wildcats finished the season with a 15-1 record. The Lady Wildcats were also crowned American League champions, earning a 9-1 record. Please give them a round of applause. All these young ladies are multi-sport athletes, so we see them all the time here at the board, so you guys probably should know their names too. Principal Susan Martin, Head Coach Mary Gavin, players Hannah Huff, Addie Hoban, Emmy Carley, Purity Mosetti, Olivia Barksdale, Alea Nelton, Adriana Reynolds, and Maggie Lee. Did I miss anybody? Ladies and gentlemen, your city champion, Reservoir Get the Lady Wildcats. Your parents are extremely supportive of these players. Please stand up for us and let's give you a round of applause as well. Coach Mary Gavin.
Okay, we're
actually going to do things a little bit differently because I like to be a little different. So my players actually have something they want to say.
Thank you, school board and Dr. Karat, for your support in middle school athletics. Thank you, Ms. Martin and Coach Gatter, for your support to our team.
Thank you, Mr. Guyton and Mr. Johnson, for your hard work and dedication.
Thank you to all the parents for your support in our team.
All right, congratulations, ladies. And now on to boys basketball. We'll start with our junior varsity boys basketball city champion, the Elise Ford Allen Academy. On February 22nd at Woodruff, our junior varsity boys basketball city championship was held. The Elise Ford Allen Academy Riders defeated Reservoir Gift at 29-27 in an overtime thriller. The Elise Ford Allen's guard, Jameer Williams, sunk 2 clutch free throws to win the game. Jameer finished with 11 points. Imarion Jones chipped in with 6 points. The Riders finished the season with a 13-4 overall record and another city championship trophy to add to their collection. Before we highlight their coaching players, let's give them a round of applause for that.
Coach Guyton, I'm so sorry.
Yep.
In about 30 seconds, we have to have a budget hearing at 7 o'clock on the dot.
Okay.
So if you can call the players up, and then we'll have to do a quick budget hearing.
Right to the names. Players, Tristan McCoy, Carter Johnson, Eli Dorsey, Ahmad Bryant, Jaden Ragland, Jamon Morris, Nick Rickman, Tylen Catlich, Marion Jones, Kenterion Tillman, Jameer Williams. Did I miss anybody? Give it up for your 2024 Junior Varsity City Champion.
Shirts, those are fantastic. Those are some great shirts. And again, for this team, if any parents or caregivers, guardians, people who they are in their family, if you can stand up. And as soon as this picture is over, we are going to go into our budget hearing. We'll get back to your team, I promise. Okay, we got to do budget hearing, then we'll go back to you, Coach. And it's the coach here. Where's the coach? Best coach on the south side.
Head coach, Shatoya Bentley.
Excellent, thank you so much. So I'm gonna throw it over to you. I'm gonna throw it over to our Chief Financial Officer, Mick Willis, for our budget hearing at 7 o'clock.
The budget hearing for Peoria Public Schools is now officially open. Anyone who wishes to make a comment with respect to the 2023-24 revised budget may at this time do so. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Budget hearing closed.
Awesome. Coach Guyton, we just had to do that formality. Thank you so much for waiting. You can go back to your previously programmed.
That was painless. I thought it was painless. And finally, we'll go to our varsity boys basketball city champion, Rolling Acres Cougars. Varsity Boys City Championship was held on February 22nd. The game was the most attended middle school sports event that I've seen in my time in Peoria. We had to open both sides of the bleachers at Woodruff to accommodate the spectators. I know I was supposed to say, Board Member Wilson, I think, were you in the crowd? Yeah, so it was good. I'm glad you came out and supported that, to witness that. These kids got an opportunity to play on a big, bright stage. The game was between the Rolling Acres Cougars and the Von Steuben Vikings. Despite a phenomenal comeback effort by Von Steuben, a comeback which had the crowd going wild, the Cougars relied on their experience to ultimately pull out the victory, 61-54. Marion Smith-Holly led all scorers with 33 points. Orlando Edwards Jr. added 16 points. Royal Acres varsity capped off a 2-year run of dominance, going 32-0 with 2 city championships and two division championships in a row. I'm sure all the kids will be happy to see this 8th grade class graduate so somebody else can win. But before we highlight the coach and players, let's give them a round of applause for their dominance. Once again, led by Principal Michael Barber, head coach Alvin Riley, and on to the players. First, we have Landon McDonald, Carter Olson, Jonelle Haley, Levi Fisher, Anthony Dismute, Raphael Giungivili, Kyrese Carter, Lee Moore, Amarion Smith-Holly, Demarion Shorty, Rico Booker, Orlando Edwards Jr., and any player parents, please stand up so we can give you a round of applause as well. Thank you. Coach Riley, you want to have a couple words?
I'd just like to thank everybody for continuing supporting us. I want to say we have probably one of the best administrators in District 150 who always support us, always push us to be excellent. But one of the things I always tell the children, if you reach for the stars and if you miss, you'll land pretty high anyway. It's never about basketball first to me. It's all about networking, pushing yourself to be the best in the class and the best wherever you represent, because what we don't understand about society is sports should teach you how to be prepared to work on the jobs and be friendly and be compassionate to people. Those are the things that I try to continue to teach our children. And I want to say this, even though we have kids that are leaving, always remember we will return again. Thank y'all.
To this team, you look sharp with your champion shirts and your button downs and your ties. You all look sharp. Coach Guyton, is that your last team, or you have?
Yes, that's all.
Okay. Did you have? You wanted to finish? No, you're good. Okay. All right. Congratulations again, everyone. Thank you so much, Coach Guyton. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, just real quick, Coach Guyton. I've seen a lot of basketball games, and you're right. I think that was definitely one of the most packed that I've seen in a while. Just kind of wanted to give kudos to you and your staff, as well as Dr. Karat, for having a vision for doing what it is that you're doing within the district. Really appreciate it, and if there's anything needed from myself, I'll be more than happy to provide it.
Appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you from the board, from the bottom of my heart, for the opportunity to come back home and represent and build up athletics. It's been a great journey, been an awesome journey. No complaints at all. But we still have so much more we can accomplish as a district athletically. And I'm looking forward to accomplishing those things. So thank you all for your support in athletics as we continue to grow.
I'm looking forward to the future too.
Thank you.
Excellent. Next up, I'm going to invite Ms. Brooks to the podium for our next award and recognition.
All right, good evening, Vice President Rankin and board members. I am just going to introduce Mariela Garcia from the Advantage Communication, our speech that happens in our schools after school, during school. She meets with children during lunch, but she has a championship she wants to present. Come on up, Mariela.
Thank you, Ms. Brooks, and thank you everyone for being here. First and foremost, thank you, board, and thank you, Dr. Karat, for bringing us here. It's been a journey. We're here 3 years later, and behind you, you'll see that this is the team that traveled to California with us. They're busy, so they're getting ready for their next championship. But to recap what's happened, at the California Mardi Gras tournament, there was over 800 entries. and 40 schools in attendance. We placed 4th place as a small school of 6 students, which is uncalled for. 14th place overall. We are the first all Black and Latina team to win a team award in the California Mardi Gras tournament. We're also the smallest team to have won this award. To do this, it was not easy. Marisol Sebastian from Annie Jo Gordon ended up getting a bronze, silver, and gold medal. Kirsten Gordon from Von Steuben received a gold medal. Ariel Martin from HB Dawson received silver. Antoine Alexander received silver and bronze for Von Steuben. Marcus Robinson received a bronze for Fort Allen. And Remedy Collins received a bronze for Annie Jo Gordon. So we definitely took students from all over the district to come and represent us. Every year, I challenge these students to do at least 2 to 3 memorized performances to showcase in California, which range to be about a 5 to 10 minute memorized event and performance. The first year I was here, the students and even some of the staff looked at me like I was dreaming. And some even told me that I was aiming too high. But like the former coach said, we don't think that our kids will crack under that pressure. I firmly believe that if you put the time and energy behind students and you don't lower that bar for them when you know what it takes to win a national title, you help your students work just as hard because they want it more than you do. Last year, every student broke 2 to 3 of their events, and this year, despite some of them having to move up into the varsity category against former national champions, we still kept the same momentum, and we got a team award. However, trophies alone cannot motivate a child to do the work because students need a message that they care about to fight for so that the world can actually hear it. Getting more people to hear their stories is what motivated them. Our messages were so profound that we had students and parents coming up to us in tears, telling us that they would not forget what our advocacy was about. And it ranged from talking about the gun violence that they see, deficit learning models that work against Black and brown folk, body positivity for teenagers, the importance of in-person learning benefits to children, and so many of the other content that our students are eager to speak about day in and day out. That is, everyone is noticing Peoria's heart, Peoria's fortitude, and Peoria's advocacy beyond our city. Our kids are ready to share their messages beyond our city tournaments and can win national recognition. And you all deserve it too, because without you all, we wouldn't be able to do it. Without the parents, without the principals, it takes a whole village to be able to do what we just did. This award is not mine, it's not theirs. It's ours to proudly display to the district and to everybody who passes by this district that we are providing a quality education and a quality speech and debate program here in the Peoria School District. It's one of the most vigorous and fastest growing speech and debate programs in the country. And at our Mardi Gras tournament, because we host our own as well, we had over 320 entries and 12 schools in attendance. We ended up having Von Steuben win first place, Lincoln second place, and Sterling third place in the middle school category. In the elementary category, Whittier won first, Franklin won second, Trewin won third, and Fort Allen was fourth. Annie Jo Gordon, the pride of the South Side, is still the overall elementary and middle school undefeated champion of the year. Peoria students across the city, regardless of any obstacles they may be facing at home, school, individually, they're high-achieving scholars who can use their voices to speak about issues that are important to them. We know that if you put the resources and staff to operate beyond a deficit learning model, beyond the narrative that tells students, families, teachers that we need to lower the standards so that some kids can get with the program, that's never gonna help them. But if we take the one-on-one time that you all have invested through this program to teach students how to read, how to write, how to give a speech in public, how to set goals and have a growth mindset, they're going to motivate each other at some point to stand up and discuss the content they care about. We can and will see students change how they engage academic spaces. We tell our students that when they are with us to think, but to also be loud. Most of the time during the day, they'll hear quiet down. I mean, we need to listen to the lesson, right? But in speech, we tell them this is the time to take up all the space that you need, be loud, ask all the questions that you need. If you need help, we're here for you. And to trust that everyone in the room wants them to reach their fullest potential, even if it is a competition. And they have bought into this idea, and across the city, we see students showing their full scholarly potential. Peoria students are incredibly cerebral, and many of them just need a space where people are dedicated to helping them convey their thoughts. While some of our students sometimes may have a bad day at school in speech, they're always working really, really hard because they want to get to the next competition. They want to perfect their message and delivery, and they want to be able to show all of you what you have invested in. Our last tournament is on April 27th at Woodruff High School, so please join us in hearing our students speak about issues that matter to them, or to just enjoy some thought-provoking performances from some of our best storytellers. My team and I are on a mission to prove to neighboring cities, to the Midwest, and the nation that if you want a great education and a great speech and debate program with passionate advocates like our staff, Peoria 150 is the place to be. It has been a wonderful journey seeing some of our students grow into solid readers and performers, and to see the Bradley and larger Peoria community show up for our students. I can't thank you enough, and like I said, I have an award for you to display. I'll give it to Ms. Brooks, and congratulations, Peoria School District.
Thank you so much. Are any of the speech students here tonight?
They are not.
That's okay.
They're getting ready for their tournament.
Oh, okay.
But if you would like them to come perform for you at the last board meeting, we're happy to bring some of them to perform.
We'll discuss with Dr. Karat. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, great.
Appreciate that. You just said a lot. And just like how Coach Guyton was here and the focus was on athletics, we have more than just athletics, and you just really summed that up really, really well. So I just want to commend you for the work that you have put into our students, and the same goes for that. Anything that I can do, any type of support, you let me know. I love the work that you're doing. I want to thank Dr. Karat for that vision as well. Board as well. Board, just kudos as well. Love the work that Advantage Communications is doing. So thank you.
Thank you so
much.
much.
We'll get you that national title very soon.
Yay! I hope so. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Vice President Rankin, a number of board members have been to their competitions. I was at the last competition, and it was impressive to see.
Yeah.
So again, this is all because of the board pushing that as well. So thank you, board.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next up, I'm going to invite Emily Dawson and Joe Baumgardner for a presentation on the state Science Fair State Qualifiers. Maybe just Emily Dawson. Hi.
Sorry. Again. Hi. Thank you all for having me again. Thank you again to the Board of Education and Dr. Karat. I come to you tonight as another position. Special education teacher at Mark Bills. I also mentor some of the students within the Science Fair program at this school and others. I'm the president-elect and the past president and the regional chairs for the Illinois Junior Academy of Science, as well as a board member with the Illinois State Academy of Science. And we are in our 97th year of the State Science Fair, which was born in Peoria. So we are bringing the 100th year back to Peoria to be in the old Fieldhouse location in just 3 short years. So this year at Mark Bills and at Richwoods, we had some research programs going on. We had 143 students at Mark Bills participating, and various states of their science fair and research progress. They presented at a school fair, and then we had 20 projects qualify for regionals, including 33 students. They competed at Western Illinois University back in March, along with our one student who qualified from Richwoods, and I'm going to have her come up in a little bit and maybe give a little bit more of her project. And then at that regional, we had 11 projects qualify for state, including the 12th one, which was from Richwoods, and that included 19 students. So they will be competing, as long as you approve it later. See how I worked that out. Down at Millikan University on May 3rd and 4th. They'll have their paper session on Friday and the poster session on Saturday. They will be competing for over $20,000 in cash prizes and scholarships. Quite a few of those scholarships will be to Millikan University. I'd like to recognize all of the state-bound students. There are a few here tonight. And those projects, so if I call your name, if you guys want to come up, I'm not getting in the picture. President Murphy came and he judged at the school fair. He tricked me into a photo. After he took it, I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, you finally did it. Anyway, I'm not gonna let it happen again.
Yes,
Okay.
I did. I was very happy to do that.
He did it with a selfie. He's like, come here, let's all take a selfie. I'm like, oh, you did. Okay. All right, so our students competing at hopefully the state competition is Ethan Best, Taylor Todd and Amonte Reed, Addison Behringer and Leah Chow, Hayden Chapman Pickett and Alea Reyes, Safira Parker, she's here, Vivian Dare and Sanea Pinnell, Lana Boone and Janila Robinson. I'm terrible with names. Aiden Dela Cruz and Terrence Walls. Angelina Adams. And there's some projects that just had one student on them. Kamaya Bell. Anais Perez, Samija Thomas, and Nayer Shorty. So these are your few of your Mark Bills Middle School state qualifiers. And then I'd like to invite up our Richwoods High School state qualifier, and she can introduce herself because again, I'm terrible with names. And then you can first number because she's high school. Yeah, you want to jump in. Go ahead.
As they're taking your picture, if you're a family member, parent, guardian, aunt, cousin, whoever, and in the room, please stand up so we can also recognize you.
The young man in the back, can you have him on the side? He was...
And as they're fixing the picture, I want to echo what Board Member Wilson said about oftentimes school districts focus on sports, but I love how we're focusing on both academics and sports, and this is just shines what great academics we also have within our district. So thank you so much for all your hard work. And as soon as the picture's done, we'd love to hear from the Richwood student, your name and maybe your do you want to talk in the mic?
No, yeah, she will.
Yeah, okay.
And I'd just like to thank you. A lot of these students put in a ton of work. They've been working on these projects since August. And then as they finished them up, they came in over like a couple of different Saturdays that we opened up the building. And then some of them have been finishing up and editing from the feedback that they received at regionals. They came in every day over spring break, over intersession, and have still been working on their projects to improve and add more data. So I just want to commend them for the hard work that they've exhibited.
That's right. Thanks, Claire.
Okay. My name is Anda Watanarkit, and I'm a freshman at Richwoods High School. This is my first time participating this year with Mr. Baumgartner being my advisor, and it has been really great. I've partnered with Bradley, actually, with the professor of electrical engineering there, Dr. Mohammed Imtiaz, on working on using thermal electricity as a power source for a self-activating follower device, which he created himself. And this project has been really great. It's been really interesting, and I can't wait for what's next. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Congratulations, everyone.
She was also chosen as a Regional 1 representative. She will be presenting her project this Saturday at Milliken at the Illinois State Academy of Science, the adult version. So she will be presenting alongside graduate students and undergraduate students in a showcase of the research statewide.
Wow.
Excellent. Congratulations. So much. Thank you so much for all your hard work, and good luck this weekend, and good luck to the rest of you in May. Thank you so much.
Keep designing and innovating and creating.
Yes. Next up, we have Peoria Public Schools 2023 Those Who Excel honorees. And I have Katie Cobb. Is Katie Cobb here? Yeah, hi, Katie. Katie Cobb is coming up for the Educational Service Personnel of the Year.
Good evening, Board of Education. My name is Katie Cobb. I'm the principal at Valeska Hinton Early Childhood Education Center, and we are more than honored to highlight Megan Nugent for this award. I think that Mary Keltner recommended her and nominated her, and so she'd like to talk a little bit about her.
I have the distinct pleasure of presenting to you Megan Nugent, who is beyond belief one of the most dedicated employees I've seen in Peoria Public Schools. Megan is a true life source within our school community at Valeska Hinton Early Childhood Center. Not only does she impart her wisdom, her talents, and her abilities in her classroom with Ellen Ramsey, which is an autistic and life skills-based classroom, but she invests her life force into the rest of our school. She's partnered with me for 7 years in numerous experiences and activities that range from raising over 200 monarch butterflies to presenting showcases, art shows, and recently she and I have been working on endeavors to enhance our school through grant writing. Recently, she's helped to acquire a 3D printer that will be able to adapt materials and learning resources in our school. And she's also working with us to bring the arts into a more vibrant, process-oriented setting. So not only the children that are fully able to access art mediums, but those with sensory needs and developmental needs can also be excited about the world of art, and their families can encounter those experiences at the same time. So Megan, I am so proud of you. I am so blessed to have you as my coworker and my friend, and I can think of no one else that truly deserves this more.
Megan, would you like to say anything?
I just want to say thank you, and I am very honored and blessed to be able to work in my classroom, and I just love being with all of the staff and the children at Valeska, and I just want to say thank you very much for this honor.
Excellent. Thank you so much. It sounds very well deserved.
I wasn't sure if Dr. Crop was going to come down and take a picture. That's for you. Oh, I had it upside down.
Oh, excellent. Is it pictures of other? What's it a picture of? Tell us. Oh, okay, awesome.
So you will be recognized by Illinois State Board of Education. Sarah, when is that scheduled for?
That's a very good question. I will check on that for you.
Okay. It's in May, so it's a big deal. Congrats, Megan and Ms. Keltner. You did a great job. Thank you, Ms. Cobb.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Dr. Crop, will you come down and take a photo with her, please? Thank you.
As they're taking a photo, you heard during our announcements that 3 of the board members were able to go to Peoria High School this afternoon as they did their grand opening, their ribbon cutting of their music production. And so you'll see that Dr. Crott has the shirt on, I have the shirt on, other board members got the shirt. So there you go, there's the shirt. So we're also representing Peoria High also. Dr. Crott, I bet you're going to be in the next picture too. I bet you'll be in the next picture too. Okay. Next up, I'm going to invite Julie Hancock. Is Julie Hancock here? Yes, there you are. To present the next Educational Service Personnel Award for runner-up.
Good evening. Thank you for having us. I'm Julie Hancock. I'm the principal at Hines Primary School. And when Those Who Excel came out, the nomination process came out, I sent it to my universal leadership team and said, anybody we need to recognize? And within 5 minutes, I had a reply, Miss Liz. She is the best cheerleader, counselor, nurse, 30-second dance party provider you can have. She is a welcoming face to everyone in the community who comes in. She helps our staff all the time with whatever they need, with a positive attitude and just always ready to help. So I'm so honored to be able to work with her and give her this award.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And Liz, it sounds like looks like you're gonna get a picture also. Is that right, Sarah?
Oh, you meant this picture.
I meant that, but you're good. I knew where you were going. You're fine.
Yes, this is the Educational Service Personnel runner-up she is our secretary and she's amazing.
She's the secretary at Hines and amazing, as the principal just stated. And I have to ask, when you said 30-second dance party, do you have the little button?
We do.
Oh, I want one so bad. Reading consent. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the winner and runner-up. Next up, we have Remarkable Students, National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution. Dr. Hassan, I believe you are presenting these awards.
Good evening, Vice President Ranking, board members, Dr. Karatz. I'm really excited. We had a couple of students. I'd like to invite them to come up, as well as their principals. Jakaya Jordan and Esther Paul David.
I believe your principals are here also, and they're coming up also.
Yeah.
Peoria High and Richwoods, awesome.
So these young ladies were recognized by the Daughters of the Revolution for being good citizens. In this world, it's extremely important that you're a smart person. We've just recognized a lot of academics, but it's important to be a good person, to have good character. What you know is important, but it doesn't matter if you know a lot if you're not a good person and if you don't treat people well. Our students have been recognized for their dependability, for their service, for their leadership, and for their patriotism. And so they stand out in our district as students of being high character and citizen. So ladies, we appreciate you for being good citizens and doing the right things. And I know that happens even when no one is watching. And so this is one of the times when people were watching and they saw you and recognized you. So thank you. You're shining light for other students in our district.
And if their families are here, if you could please stand. Are there families here?
Yes.
Stand up, yes. And I'm pretty sure you all are going to get a picture. Congratulations. I love that we kind of are coming in every aspect of recognizing students academically. And we're going to have some speeches. Would you like to say anything?
Sure. My name is Jakaya Jordan. I'll be going to Loyola Chicago University and get my BSN in RN. And I am a CNA. Just kidding.
Awesome. Congratulations. Would you like to say?
Hello, my name is Esther Paul David. I am not yet decided where I'm going to. I do have two options, but I will be studying international business.
Excellent. Congratulations.
And Dr. Hassan, can I mention something to the board? It was countywide.
Mm-hmm.
So there were students, right, from schools throughout, not only Peoria Public Schools.
Students, yes.
Over a dozen. I mean, they represented. And I think Esther won the top. Esther, did you win the top prize? Somebody from the city called and said, PPS is leading the way. So, Mr. Robinson, you...
So yeah, over 25 schools. All right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I teed it up for you, so come on and share.
Robinson is very excited.
We need to be proud of that.
Yeah, so Service, patriotism, amazing kid. Esther is all of that and so much more. She's the leader among leaders at the ROTC program, which develops leaders at Richwoods. We're so proud of that program. But she is just one of the leaders of that. She's the first one there. She's dedicated. She's on the color guard. So they do the national anthem, they do the flag. She does everything for that program. So she's definitely a leader in that program. And I believe the first Richwood student to win the scholarship from the DAR, which is just huge. So we're incredibly proud of her, and we are just glad that she comes to Richwoods every day and leads by example.
Esther's also a wrestler, so don't get into a fight with her. Although she does have good citizenship, she can take you down. I've seen her on the mats.
Have Mr. McGinnis make some comments as well. We don't want to.
Yes. I just wanted Esther to share really quickly her two options. She mentioned that. Please share your two options that you're thinking of right now.
My two options are Loyola University Chicago. I just recently got a full scholarship there, and I also was waitlisted about a week ago from Harvard, so that would be a waiting moment for me.
Well, I'm going to try to follow up Harvard here. But Jakaya here is an amazing student. So she's new to Peoria High this year, and you can recognize her leadership in the hallways. She is absolutely amazing. And the way that we vote upon on that award here at Peoria High is based on people that see you doing good things. So you know she does good things throughout the day. She's also an incredibly hard worker. She is on our basketball team, and if you have ever seen our girls basketball team play, they are ferocious. Like, their defense is like none other. I don't even know if they score points because I don't even watch them on offense. So they are ferocious, and if you can see, she just got off work. So she, on top of basketball, she's working as a CNA on the side. So that's what I'm saying. She is an incredibly hard worker and very, very deserving of this award.
Awesome. Congratulations to you both. Thank you so much. I think we didn't get pictures yet.
Sorry.
Excellent. Congratulations. Dr. Hassan, do you have more? Is that okay? Just making sure. Next up, we have most improved attendance for March. Dr. Krott.
Thank you, Vice President Rankin. Most improved, it's a standing item on our agenda. It's a big focus for us. I just want to give kudos to our principals. Oh my goodness, it's a huge focus. Everybody's trying to get 95% or higher each month. And you've probably seen the advertisement on Facebook with the little kids. They're doing such a great job. Kudos to Sarah and Halima and Kayana for keeping that front and center in our community, because we always say, if they're not at school, we can't really impact them. And so it's really nice this month to see for the month of March, and we're comparing March of 24 to March of 23, to see some new schools. And so we have Harold B. Dawson. I don't know if we have anybody representing them. Oh yeah, Mr. Swanson, come up. You're first place. I mean, you've increased. Come on down. You guys have increased by almost 4%, 3.91. That is significant. And of course, Manuel, you've gotten it the last 4 or 5 times. So keep doing what you're doing. It's working. Proud of you guys. And by almost 3.6%. So this is great. Keep plugging away. And then Tree Win, Miss Tate, please stand up. We're proud of the effort. So come on, the 3 of you, please come on down and just make a few remarks. I know a lot of people want to get to the game tonight. So we just want to say we're proud of you. Continue to give kudos to your staff.
Well, thank you.
I know you guys are doing all the work, the hard work, and we just want to let them know we recognize them and you as well.
Well, thank you very much. Our whole staff, teachers, support staff. They're doing check-in and check-out. They're doing a lot of things to make kids more in tune with their attendance, that it matters and things like that. So we're really proud of what our kids are doing and our staff. Well, thank you. I mean, it's just, we stay the course, whatever it be, phone calls, house visits, everybody's jumping in and doing those things. So
This is the amazing principal from Harold B. Dawson, Mr. Swanson. Thank you, sir.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Swanson. Okay, Miss Hawks, pretty soon to be Dr. Hawks.
Broke our winning streak. So we're gonna be trying to fight for that next month. But thank you again. I did want to shout out our PTO and our parent advocates. Our PTO is thriving. It is growing. It is so active. We actually have 2 of our PTO members that are parent advocates now in our building, Miss Jamaica and Miss Star. And they are phenomenal. The number of phone calls and family connections they make on a daily basis has really impacted our attendance. And so I just wanted to shout them out this time around. And next month, I'll find another group to shout out.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Good evening. Our drive was through competitions within our grade levels. We had, what did we do? Get so much. My mind just went blank.
Some really good competitions. There you go, right?
But yeah, we did, like I said, we did competitions. We did Team Black, Team Red. I was Team Black. My assistant principal was Team Red. So we split our classrooms, and then, you know, it was like push. And so the kids got into it. We also had like weekly incentives for whichever classrooms had it. We had traveling trophies as well. And then we did a lot of, incentives and other strategies that we worked throughout with Dr. Bush, the chronic absenteeism specialist. So just utilizing those strategies, phone calls, parent meetings with those parents who, you know, were struggling, and even meeting with those students and creating those weekly goals with those particular students, and having them set goals for themselves. So when we met with the students, and they pushed their parents as well. So,
Excellent. Congratulations to all 3 schools. Next up, we already did the budget hearing. District presentation. I'd like to invite up Aaron Gunn from Tracy Donath. Okay. I'd like to invite up Tracy Donath to go over the facilities study from. No, I don't have that on mine.
Science. Yep, sorry. Science.
So sorry. District presentation, science curriculum, grade 4 through 8, Tracy Donath.
Well, good evening. Yes, I am Tracy Donath. I'm the Director of Curriculum for Peoria Public Schools. President Murphy, Vice President Ranking, Dr. Karat, and esteemed board members, thank you for being willing to listen to me today after the amazing presentations that we've had about our students and our staff that have done so much for our school. I am passionate about science education, truly passionate about it, and it is so fitting that I'm here to present to you about our new science curriculum on A, the day we celebrated some science fair winners from our district, and B, solar eclipse. It's like I planned it. It's amazing. So STEM education is critical for our students' success and college or career readiness. That's where the jobs are. So when we want to have our students graduate successfully and go out and be parts of our community, we need to make sure that they are adequately prepared for the science instruction and expectations that they will have in the workplace. And so that is one of the reasons I'm passionate and excited to present this to you today. So we are going to be working on sharing with you the science curriculum renewal plan. This plan actually started back in 2022, where we did an adoption for high school. Biology, physics, human anatomy, physical science, they all got reimagined textbook, curriculum maps, and resources back then. In May, we adopted chemistry resources and textbook, And then in March of last year, we revised all of our AP course science materials. So we have spent a large investment of resources in high school science, which I think is valuable, and I'm so glad we did it. It is now time to focus on our middle school. So why now? Why are we picking 2024 as the time that we need to redo our curriculum resources for science? Well, one, we do have the Illinois Science Assessment that's administered to all students in grades 5, 8, and 11. This year is one of the first years that it is really counting for us to be successful on that science assessment, and we want to make sure our students and teachers are prepared. Our current TCI science program that we've been using for quite a few years now is at the end of its current contract. So we will have to get something at the end of this year to have resources for our teachers and students. We definitely wanted to find a resource that aligned with our strategic plan. That's kind of our North Star with our work in the curriculum department. We have federal ESSER 3 funding that is available for this purchase and has been budgeted for this curriculum renewal and will be sunsetting at the end of this year. And finally, we listened to teachers. And teachers said they wanted a program that provided instructional resources with differentiated levels of student support, technology components that we don't currently have, and connections to literacy. Because we find that if we can connect science to literacy, not only are we helping students read nonfiction text successfully, but we're connecting them to content that they otherwise wouldn't know or understand because we've helped them build schema through the text. So the timeline of our work with our committee started back in October, where we had a teacher committee review the district needs, and they gave me what is great about what we currently have, what do we need to change and adjust. And based on their feedback, I contacted multiple different companies and brought in a lot of resources for their review, and they narrowed those down to 2. In December, they received professional development on those 2 different resources and piloted them with their students. We started in December, but we didn't really finish until March, because in March, we all got together to discuss their experiences with the resources and evaluate the 2 programs based on the criteria that we established back in October. And here we are in April. I'm coming to the board to request approval for the science adoption that our committee recommended. Our committee of teachers there were 12 of them across the district. These are all middle school or 4th grade science teachers. And you can see they represented schools from across our district. I found it very impressive that out of these 12 teachers on this committee, we have 9 different buildings represented from our district, and 1 was day treatment, which I'm so glad that Heather was willing to be on our committee because she was able to give us a great perspective on how she could use the curriculum as well to support her students. So the recommendation from the committee is that we adopt Twig Science. Twig Science has multiple components to it, and one of those are the student journals. They look like this. You can see, I have one here, but you can also see one pictured up there. And they are student consumable workbooks that allow students to practice the science concepts, but with colorful pages and interesting things for middle school kids. There's also a digital platform for not only teachers, but also students, where they can have the text read aloud to them. We can transfer the text between English and Spanish for them. It can support them with different activities and resources. There's a lot of great materials on there, and teachers really liked it because there's presentations on there that they can use for instruction, as well as videos to build phenomena understanding so that students have context within the science learning that they're doing. And then finally, the Twig Science includes hands-on materials kits. You can see an example. That is a 5th grade example right there for one of the modules for their resources. And there are multiple materials in there for students to investigate science. Science is science because it's hands-on. So teachers need to have those resources in their hands in order to make sure the students can have the resources in their hands and be successful. So you may or may not be aware, but currently our 5th through 8th grade teachers have formalized science instruction that's expected as part of their day. Our 4th grade students, however, are doing science within the context of their literacy block, which means they are still doing wonderful science activities, but it's within the frame of a nonfiction book or possibly a fiction book on a scientific topic. It's time for that to change. We need to capitalize on our fourth grade students' curiosity and inquiry skills. 9 and 10-year-olds are so curious about the world. We have to grab them then and get them passionate about science education. This program will build the foundation for future learning that they will carry over into middle school. If we don't get their feet wet in science in primary school, then they don't know that they love science when they get to middle school, and therefore can flourish once they get there. There are built-in literacy components within this, so they're still able to do these same types of instruction that they've done before, but just at a much higher level, because we'll have that literacy component built in. And this will support science readiness for the Illinois Science Assessment. Again, I said that was tested in 5th grade, but it shouldn't just be our 5th grade teachers' responsibility to make sure those students are ready for that assessment. So our 4th grade teachers, through this program, can also support that work. I'm not going to read this slide to you, but there are multiple comments from our pilot teachers who piloted Twig Science. They couldn't be with me here tonight, but these are some of the things they said about the program. I highlighted a few key points in there just to make sure that the words didn't muddle the page, but that you were able to clue in on the fact that it made science exciting. The videos were amazing. The articles were exciting for them to read, and they engaged the learners. These are pictures of some students from Lincoln. This is Tara Tyler's class in 6th grade. I had the pleasure of going to their classroom and getting to see them do an experiment using Twig Science resources. It was actually very fun. They made a big mess, but they were smiling the whole time. And these are pictures of students from Becky Donahue's class at Von Steuben. They had such a great time. And what I love about these pictures is that you can see the activity that they're doing in the science that relates to the Twig Science activity, but you also see them writing in their books, like the one I showed you, because what they're doing is they're doing an experiment, taking down the data, changing something, taking down new data, and seeing how the process changes over time. And that's what scientists do. So tonight's action item that you will be voting on is for the purchase of grades 4 through 8 Twig Science resources. There are multiple components within this action item. One is the online access for students and teachers, and that will carry us over for the next 6 years. We also will have Twig Science Journal, that's the journal I was just showing you, in English and in Spanish for 6 years. The teacher's editions will also be available in print and digital. The student reader bundles, like I mentioned earlier, will be available for grades 4 and 5 to incorporate literacy into their science instruction. And those module kits, which were the resources for the teachers to do those hands-on activities with students and really investigate science, and a refill kit will be included in that purchase as well for all of our 4th through 8th grade classrooms. All right, thank you for listening and giving me a chance to share my passion about science education with you. Do you have any questions?
And this is all paid through the ESSER grant, which will
This is-
sunset in September.
Yes, all ESSER 3 funding that has been held for and will be sunsetting.
Board members, do you have any questions? Board Member Ross.
I do have a question. You mentioned that it's a six-year licensing. This pays for 6 years of licensing. What is that also the professional the development and training included
Wonderful
in
question.
that?
Wonderful question. So the purchase price does not include not only shipping, but also professional development that we have kind of slated for March or May 1st in case this passes, because those were all offered free from the company. So it's not part of the cost
You're
in
saying
there.
it's free?
The piece for May 1st training and for all the shipping and pieces like that are all free. All the teachers' manuals were also free as part of our adoption process. And then, of course, we will continue professional development. And we always
I
do.
asked the question because we bought software before and, you know, it just kind of went by the wayside. We didn't even use the whole 3 to 6 years, you know, so it sounds like the kids are going to be excited about this. I just hope it's well utilized.
Well, I will say TCI Science is a program that we've been using the entire time I've been with the district, plus 2 years before I came, and we used it to the end because this is the final year for it. It
Right,
is.
it wasn't science, but it's other, ELA programs and that we purchased and just never really got the use out of them.
Well, that won't happen with science.
Any other questions from board members? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now I believe we are going, okay, now I believe we are going to invite Aaron Gunnup. There you go. From IDG Plus Architects to talk about the facilities study that was completed in 2019-2020.
Good evening, everyone. Aaron Gunn with IDG Architects. Thank you, distinguished board members, administration, for giving me an opportunity to give this presentation, and I'll be very brief and give a short synopsis of what we did back in 2019. As you know, we were hired by the then architect of record to conduct a facilities assessment, which basically entailed walkthroughs of each of the district's academic buildings. The district has 27 academic buildings, over 2 million square feet of school buildings to maintain and manage every year. So we embarked on looking at each building, utilizing our expertise and experience, to conduct an assessment. The assessment is straightforward. We looked at the American Society of Testing and Material Standards, baseline standards, to look at physical property condition. We looked at architectural components within each building, and we basically rated each component. That rating was developed, again, based on our experience and our understanding of K-12 facilities, as well as the Illinois State Board of Education well-being and environmental or educational climate initiatives as stated within some of their literature. And we utilized that research to rate architectural components such as flooring, windows, doors, some health, life, safety components such as secure entry, ADA accessibility or ADA compliance, a little bit of learning environment spaces and how they impacted teaching and instruction, and so on and so forth. We compiled those ratings, documented observations, and we developed a report which we submitted to administration and the then facilities and ground director to look at what our findings were. If you go to I think it's the next slide. This is an example of one of the schools which we assessed. If you can stay at that slide, which is Richwoods High. And you see there's an aerial photo of Richwoods. Some simple data at the bottom of the page about the school, its square footage, the year it was built, its capacity. We pulled what we could at the time to develop an understanding of the current conditions within the facility. You can go to the next page. On this page, you'll see the ratings table, which we developed. Very simple and straightforward. All the architectural components are to the left. The ratings are above the components to the right. We use poor, fair, good, and excellent as rating levels. And we went through each architectural component to give them a rating. And we also added some comments based on our observations. You can go to the next page. More ratings of different components within Richwoods High. And we did this at each school building, all 27. And you can go to the next page. Reference photos to add context, and also back up some of the ratings that we developed during our walkthroughs. Additional comments to show what was shown on the photos. You can go to the next page. more photos there. You can go to the next one. This is roof warranty information. We did that at each school, basically about the data that we had on roof warranties. We evaluated that and just compiled them in one single location where they can be easily located and referenced when they needed to be. And this is an overview of all the schools that we walked through, looking at the different ratings that we gave from an overall perspective at each school for different components such as ADA compliance, secure entry, interior condition, exterior condition. We also looked at the age of each facility and put that information out there to give a true assessment, a true objective assessment of each of the academic buildings. And that's it in summary. And that's a pie chart kind of giving a visualization of the percentages of where the buildings landed in the rating. So as you can see, for instance, the exterior overall component, we rated 7% roughly were poor. 7% of all the academic buildings were poor. However, roughly 46% were in good condition, and so on and so forth. So that's it.
Vice President, can I say something? I appreciate this presentation. I think what this really shows is kind of the importance of the work that, I'm glad that the board supported, so we can look at our facilities more closely and update them. I've always been a supporter. When your school facility looks good, then that kind of influences learning, right? So if the school looks nice and it's up to date and it's conducive to learning, then that will just make our students behave a little bit better. So I appreciate this overview, and I look forward to the work that you guys complete.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I would agree with that. Facility certainly has a huge impact on outcomes for students and for everyone that's in that building.
Absolutely.
Teachers, faculty.
And we have a lot of work to do.
For sure. And again, this is just an assessment of existing conditions. So like you said, next step will be developing plans for future improvements. And I'm looking forward to doing that.
Yes, we will be doing that.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Board Member Ross.
Yeah, I just had a quick question. I know that you presented this before some time ago, but this was a company. What was the name of the company? It was the previous architect of record that hired you guys to do the assessment, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
Okay.
we were hired by PCM Plus Architects to essentially do the legwork.
Right.
On behalf
Could you
of,
tell me how much they paid you to do this?
at $25,000.
Okay. That's what I thought. I remembered.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but this is great work.
Excellent. Thank you.
The only thing I would add is, in addition to his overview, the booklets were provided as well, which represent that whole entire study, all the sites, et cetera. And I wanted to be sure when you got this that you knew that this went with what Aaron just presented.
Right.
So.
And so for Board Member Klaus and President Murphy, I'm assuming our board secretary will have these in the office if you want access to them. We did each get a spiral bound book with the whole report in it. So thank you so much. Yes.
And I want to personally say thank you for your time and the detail, and because that's a lot of work. And we appreciate your transparency and all of the detail, and we look forward to working with you as we make these modifications.
Absolutely. It's mutual, and we look forward to serving the students in the district. And we will do that at a very high level.
Cool. Thank you. Are there any other questions? Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. At this time, it does not look like we have any audience member cards. Is that correct? Okay. Dr. Karat, response to audience presentation? I think you have some things you wanted to share, right, or no?
Superintendent.
Okay, we'll do that. So information item, superintendent update.
This is perfect. I know a lot of people are trying to get out of here to see the game, so.
It's not just her.
So the board and communications department did a very nice job highlighting the key things we're working on. We're doing a lot. Executive team, they're working on staffing, working very well with everything, I would say, is going as planned. You heard about summer school, Dr. Hassan and the team, they're working on summer school, and I'm excited about the new changes that are coming. So parents, we'll keep you informed, but it's going to be very, very amazing. And Parent University, Ms. Ross, there's a Parent University. It's entitled Summer Mindset, a block party. There'll be learning stations, games, a DJ, information about summer school, a lot of prizes, food truck, bouncy houses, face painting, and this is at the Von Steuben. This is actually, it will be right out here. You did, right, so thank you very much. So this should be fun. And someone did an announcement for Kindergarten Roundup, I don't know if it was you. But so we're cooking. And I'm just pleased with the progress that we're making. A lot around staffing.
Superintendent's challenge.
Oh, Superintendent Challenge has been extended, that's right. And I'm so excited because kids are getting bikes and their gift
some great
cards and
things.
tablets, so it's not too late. My goal is that every kid has a gift waiting for him or her. So let's get it.
And high school is involved in that too.
And high school's involved in that as well, including EL, special ed. We've made some adjustments. Every group has its own criteria. Pre-K, even pre-K is involved. They can win something.
So the entire district, that's awesome.
The entire district, and it's going well. Hopefully, we'll see we will see the impact on our IAR scores. I'm hoping with that additional support at home, that will help increase and improve our proficiency scores. We're doing very well with growth, but we do want to increase that proficiency score, which is a grade level score. So I'm really excited about what we'll see in October and November. So thank you, Vice President Rankin.
Yep.
Thank you, Board.
Financial update.
Revenue through April 8th, 180.1 million. About a month ago, when we had our last board meeting, we were at 164.6 million. So we are up on revenue about $16 million, mainly state and federal revenue sources. On expenditures, we're at 186.3 million for year-to-date through today. Compared to 173.4 million as of our last board meeting, March 11th. We are up about $13 million. Employee costs, salaries, and benefits were main drivers there. And that is a recap of our revenue and expenditure picture through April 8th, 2024.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Willis? Proposed expenditures over 2,500. Any questions? Dr. Crott, report of requests under the Freedom of Information Act and status of such requests.
Thank you, Dr. Rankin. Since our board meeting on March 11th, we have received 2 new requests, and there were two completed and 0 pending. So there's 0 pending requests noted on March 11th. And so to date, we've received 19 requests at a total cost of $950. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Wilson, will you please read the consent agenda?
Yes, thank you, Vice President Dr. Ryan King. The consent agenda consists of the following items. Item number 1, gifts to school district. Item number 2, payment of bills. Item number 3, payment for travel. Item number 4, human resource report. Proposed action. Do I have to read the proposed action? Okay. Item number 5, budget resolution. Item number 6, teacher recruitment incentive, candidate referral pay. Item number 7, recruitment incentive, sign-on bonus for teacher assistants. Item number 8, overnight field trip approval, Mark Bills and Richwood State Science Fair trip. Item number 9, overnight field trip approval, Reservoir Gifted Student Council State Convention. Item number 10, Manual, Peoria High and Richwood's Jazz Festival trip. Item number 11, Richwood Science Club trip. Item number 12, iReady Classroom Mathematics Teacher Professional Development. Item number 13, Science Curriculum Adoption for grades 4 through 8. Item number 14, Memorandum of Understanding with Illinois Central College. Student clinical placements at Peoria Public Schools. Item number 15, Keller Boiler HVAC/fire alarm replacement project. Item number 16, Franklin Unit Foot Ventilators HVAC fire alarm replacement project. Item number 17, policy number 7:70, attendance and truancy. Item number 18, policy number 4:140, waiver of student fees. Item number 19, policy number 7:60, residents. Item number 20, policy number 7:305, student athlete concussions and head injuries. Item number 21, dismissal of first, second, or third year probationary teachers for reasons other than reduction in force. Proposed action, right?
Yes.
That board approve attached resolution for the dismissal of the following first, second, or third year probationary teachers for reasons other than reduction in force. Read the names.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Booker Smith, Jennifer. Katamas, Mill Anthony. Christian Carroll. Copeland Dishmay Consuelo. Gruss Caitlin. Hayden Tamara. Nelson Ann. Alotu Biola. Walter Kyle. And that is the entirety of the consent agenda.
Thank you, Board Member Wilson. Does anyone have any that they'd like to pull for a separate vote? Seeing none, can I have a motion? He just moved it. A second?
Second.
Okay. Madam Secretary, can you please call roll to approve the consent agenda?
Mrs. Costick? Mr. Claus?
Aye.
Mrs. McConnell? Aye. Dr. Rankin?
Aye.
Mrs. Ross? Ms. Wilson? President Murphy?
Aye.
We have 7 ayes. Motion carries.
Thank you. To the deliberation agenda, either Board Member McConnell or Ross. You will? Okay.
Okay, deliberation agenda. Expulsions with the expulsions held in abeyance. Proposed action is that the Board of Education approve expulsions with the expulsions held in abeyance. Listed on the report dated April 8, 2024. Be approved as presented. Second.
Madam Secretary, please call roll.
Mrs. Costick? Mr. Claus?
Aye.
Mrs. McConnell?
Aye.
Dr. Rankin?
Aye.
Mrs. Ross?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
President Murphy?
Aye.
We have 7 ayes. Motion carries.
Number 23, revocation of expulsions held in abeyance. The proposed action is that the Board of Education approve the revocation of expulsion held in abeyance listed on the report dated April 8, 2024, be approved as presented.
Second.
Madam Secretary, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Costick? Mr. Claus?
Aye.
Mrs. McConnell? Aye. Dr. Rankin?
Aye.
Mrs. Ross?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
President Murphy?
Aye.
We have 7 ayes. Motion carries.
Thank you. Are there any presentations and suggestions by board members?
Just real quick, just wanted to do a special shout out to Product of the Project, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, the Yanni Collective, and Dig'em for hosting a college tour this past for spring break, actually. So we took 17 students to the Illinois State Capitol, along with taking them to Georgia. So they were able to like tour different colleges there, and then we rounded it up by touring the University of Illinois. So just wanted to do a special shout out to those organizations for doing that. And then on June 1st at Glen Oak Community Learning Center, myself and Jesse McGowan will be doing the 10th annual end of the school year bash. So I just want to invite all the board members and any community members, families to that event. It's usually a great event, free food, free everything. So
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. Any
I
other?
believe it's been 10 years.
10 years,
since
right?
I started that. We
Yeah.
started that.
Excellent. 10-year anniversary.
10 years.
Anybody else have any other board members have presentations or suggestions? I do want to just recognize, again, Representative Jahan Gordon Booth for her support for the music production theater, I guess? Lab. I knew that was not the word. For her support of the music production lab at Peoria High. She was able to come and do the ribbon cutting today. So thank you again for all of her support in the arts and music in our district. Any reports from board committees?
We have one. Take one. You want to speak on it?
I'll make this
Jordan,
very
sir.
brief. From the Building and Grounds Committee, I'm not going to go through all the detail. I'm just going to highlight those areas in which Buildings and Grounds is working on in the various schools. Of course, we all realize and are very concerned about the security in our schools, and believe me, these things are being taken care of. There are security entrances, locks have been changed, exterior lighting, and door replacements at numerous schools. HVAC systems are going on so that it's nice and warm in the winter and nice and cool in the summer. Roofing to keep the rain out is being done at Richwoods, Elise Ford Allen, Charter Oak, and Mark Bills. There are additions being made to like the outdoor classroom pavilion for Reservoir Gifted, CT Vivian, there are 4 classrooms being worked on. Stadium Dome, it's being painted, the overhang, exterior, interior restrooms, and locker rooms. There's new lighting, and monitors will go in displaying field play activity inside of the stadium. The dome, they're working on the electrical, the fiber optics, and the stormwater runoff. And it should be ready for a grand opening sometime in the fall, pending lead time issues with HVAC equipment. There's painting being done at the numerous schools. Also, let's talk about the solar. There's solar interconnection, should be finalized this summer at WCTC through the Edwards grant. Sidewalks are being worked on at Richwoods, Keller, Rolling Acres, and the steps at Reservoir, and more to come this summer. Playgrounds, Maud Sanders Playground installation will be underway as of April the 1st, including new fencing for security. Rolling Acres Playground is complete. Restroom upgrades, Franklin's boys' restrooms, Rolling Acres main restroom, Richwoods, and the stadium restrooms. Library upgrades, CT Vivian abatement, new furniture, and new flooring. Rolling Acres abatement, new furniture and new flooring. Reservoir Gifted, new furniture and new flooring. All other libraries were done last year. And that is the extent of what Buildings and Ground is doing at this time. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
I do want to just dovetail and say that many of these activities are directly working with our architect to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be.
Excellent.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that report from Buildings and Grounds. Are there any other reports from board committees? Can I get a motion and a second to adjourn?
So moved.
Then we got a second?